Borussia Dortmund's hopes of winning the Bundesliga were crushed by city rivals Schalke today. A victory over their arch-nemesis would have put the pressure back on champions Bayern Munich, but Lucien Favre's side were beaten 4-2 in their own stadium. Mario Gotze had put the hosts in front early in the first half after a sumptuous assist from Jadon Sancho. But from then on, it all went very wrong for Dortmund.Daniel Caliguiri scored from the penalty spot to equalise, before Salif Sane put the visitors ahead on 28 minutes. And in the second half, Dortmund pressed the self-destruct button. Captain and talisman Marco Reus was shown a dubious straight red card on the hour mark, with Caliguiri scoring the resulting free kick. Right back Marius Wolf was then given his marching orders just 3 minutes later, leaving Dortmund with 9 men and 3 goals to make up. Axel Witsel did reduce the deficit on 85 minutes, but Breel Embolo was on hand to fire in Schalke's fourth just a minute later. If Bayern beat Nürnberg tomorrow and open up a 4-point lead at the top of the table, the Bundesliga title race could be all but over. There can't be many more nervous scenarios when you are battling for your first league title in 7 years than having to face your fiercest rivals and closest neighbors in a must-win game. However, that is exactly what stood between Borussia Dortmund and a potential return to the top of the Bundesliga. Their Revier Derby opponents Schalke 04 have had a horrendous season, fighting the prospect of relegation when 12 months prior they had their sights set on a second-place finish. There seems to be no Derby Day upset on the cards after just 10 minutes. Mario Gotze nodded home a Jadon Sancho lofted pass. It was the Englishman's 14th assist of the season and it equaled a 9-year-old record for the teenager. The early goal left Schalke with a major problem. Koenigsblauen hadn't managed to overturn a deficit to win a match for any of their Bundesliga games this season. Surely to do it at the Westfalenstadion would be too much of an ask for the 15th placed side. What followed was a remarkable turnaround, helped in some way by a VAR call for what looked to be an innocuous challenge. Referee Felix Zweier made his way to the pitch-side monitor on 17 minutes after consulting the video replay. He pointed to the spot Julian Weigl judged to have used his hand to block Breel Embolo's shot. For all the discussion around just what constitutes handball these days, the reviewed footage showed Weigl's left arm was out, maybe for balance, but the ball did clearly strike it. Daniel Caliguiri made no mistake from 11 meters. Schalke were back in a match that looked beyond them. Fortunate or not, they had taken full advantage of their opportunity. If the visitors' equaliser had a stroke of fortune attached to it, then their second goal 10 minutes later certainly did not. Salif Sane embarrassed the Dortmund defence by powering home his header from Caliguiri's corner. Exposed in the Allianz Arena a few weeks ago, Dortmund once again showed their weakness from set pieces. As the half-time whistle sounded, Schalke had the lead after 22% possession and just 2 shots on target. For all their possession, Dortmund's problem had been breaking down a resolute Schalke defense. The visitors' backline and midfield shape had thwarted Die Schwarzelben's efforts to create anything of note after the 10th minute. Schalke knew what they had to do after overturning the scoreline. They needed to remain disciplined in shape, if not play. The yellow card count began to rack up as Hub Stevens' side looked to frustrate their hosts with fouls breaking up the Dortmund rhythm. Out of nowhere, Dortmund's day suddenly got worse. Marco Reus issued a straight red card for his challenge on Schwarzenegger. The Borussia captain could have no complaints. His tackle from behind raked down Sedar's Achilles. Caliguiri whipped the resulting free kick into the net, 3-1, and a player advantage. Schalke now looked destined for their first win in the Westfalen Stadion for 7 years. The hosts needed to remain calm. They didn't. 5 minutes after Reus' dismissal, 4 minutes after the hour mark, Dortmund were reduced to 9 men. Marius Wolf made the exact same mistake as Reus on the same player. The fixture then became a nasty one, as players from both sides flew into tackles as if they wanted to get sent off. Weston McKennie was lucky just to receive a yellow on 72 minutes. Axel Witsel gave the home side hope on 85 minutes as he reduced the deficit to 1 goal, but Embolo broke yellow and black hearts as he hit a Schalke fourth just 70 seconds later. With 2 goals and an assist, there was only one real candidate for man of the match in the 175th Revier Derby. The 31-year-old has now been directly involved in 6 goals, 3 assists, in the last 4 meetings between the two sides. On a day that almost certainly secured Schalke's place in the Bundesliga, they can thank their midfielder for being the engine of a wonderful performance that will live long in the memory of those from Gelsenkirchen.